Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to the Minute Channel. I really actually hope that this video does well. This is a subject that I've been avoiding on doing for some time because I just don't believe that this video is gonna do well. So prove me wrong. If you could like and subscribe, that'll be awesome. I do Persona content, but I also want to talk about all the kind of games and other stuff like this. So a long time ago, actually about 2.5 years ago, when I started my YouTube channel, my second or third video on the channel was regarding Spider-Man and how I believe that this game was going to build a whole gaming cinematic experience, say like the MCU but for video games. So a long time ago there was an interview with one of the creators for the Spider-Man Marvel game, in which he talked about how this game, the Spider-Man game, was basically the Iron Man of the gaming Marvel universe or whatever. So with that sentence and the fact that I really love these Marvel Spider-Man for PS4, my expectations for Marvel Avengers were skyrocketed up to the heavens. I was like, okay, well, Marvel Spider-Man was really good. I really liked the game. The story was fantastic. Gameplay was phenomenal. There was just so many stuff about that game that was so well done. So my expectations for this game was kind of like, all right, I no longer just had my expectations in check. I really expected this game to be really good just because of those particular quote there. Those words really just inspired me and excited me a whole lot. So fast forward for a couple years here, and I didn't really follow up much in this game until they announced the game again. There was some issues with the development, and they were ready to show more gameplay. I'll be honest with you guys, when I saw the gameplay, I was not thrilled anymore. I was disappointed. The gameplay was just really average for a Marvel Avengers game, which again I really just had some expectations for. The game just really didn't seem like something that I wanted to play. I was still excited for it. I was like, okay, well, this can still work in some kind of way. I just need to see more stuff. But unfortunately, the more I got to see the game, the more I got to play the game, the more I got to see the news behind the game, the less excited I became for this game. And the more frustrated I was because, again, with my expectations based on what I had previously spoken, I really believed that this was gonna be something awesome, something different, something that it was just gonna bring a brand new experience for players, for people like me, people that were already excited with the series, people that have already kind of been into the MCU and all that kind of stuff. So I really believed that this was gonna be that, but unfortunately it isn't. Now today we're just gonna talk about that, but also we're gonna talk about even farther than that into what's next for this series. What can we expect from Marvel's Avengers, and where can they go from here? Are they able to recover from all this? Do they have to start anew? What's going on next? There's just so many different stuff that we can talk about. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the biggest thing here is, again, this game was not successful in many different ways, whether it's the sales for the game, whether it gets the release of the game itself, or the reception from the people that have been playing the game for now. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video all the way up until this point is because they recently announced they're actually gonna be changing some of the balancing in the game, and not for a good way. In fact, they want people to take longer to level up, which is frankly stupid. It's a really dumb idea to make people have to play more so they can level up. The reasoning for that is really stupid as well. It didn't really make any sense to me. I have a quote here, but I'm not even gonna bother reading it. It's just stupid reasoning. Take my word for it. It just doesn't even make sense at all. So where do we go from here? Where do we go as fans of the series? Where do we go as fans of that we're excited for this game? Honestly, it's really hard for me to kind of even imagine where to go from here. Biggest thing is, I don't know if this can be rescued anymore. The game has had a lot of issues when it comes to glitches and bugs when a game released. All the gameplay wasn't completely good. Like, although some characters were really fun to play as, such as Thor and Hulk, some of them just weren't as good. I think that the gameplay wasn't really well balanced, and the fact that they really teased so many DLC characters didn't really brought any good imagination in my mind. I was like, the fact that they even announced DLC before the game came out already leaves you a really sour taste in your mouth. It really feels like they're already doing this for the money. How much can we squeeze out of these poor fuckers that are trying to get this game? So that's really what I got out of like whenever they were announcing this game, and I was like, well, what are they even doing with this? It's a terrible decision to just announce DLC for a game that is not even out. It doesn't even make sense. So the fact that they went through all the trouble of even starting at that point is already a bad reception. It just gives me already a bad feeling. So the whole way that the whole thing has been passing through, it's just not pleasant. I don't know again if they can review this in any kind of way and fix it at this point. I would rather them just kind of can it. I know a lot of people are still playing this game, and I am not saying this for people that are like, oh wait, I'm still playing this game. Sure, enjoy the game. If you're enjoying the game, and I mean this seriously, like if you're really enjoying the game, that's fantastic. But a lot of the things that they're doing is just not good, even from a business standpoint. The fact that they're tanking the game to make sure that people are taking longer to level up, it's not a good way to look at things. Sure, balancing was off in the game, and I understand why they want to fix that, because it's important. Balancing is everything in an online game, but tanking it so that make sure that people are not leveling up fast enough, making sure that people are sticking around to play the game longer. That's really what it is. That's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like they're really worrying about whether people are enjoying the game or whether people want to get more features. I'm sure there's a ton of features and a ton of stuff that this game really needed from the get-go, and sure, I will give them some props. They have been fixing some stuff like the bugs and some of the issues. However, it still doesn't really leaves me like a good page or anything. Honestly, at this point, I just don't know where to go from here. I don't know where they are going to go from here. In a sense, I'm in a loss of words. I never expected this project to tank the way they did. Honestly, the label of Marvel and Avengers already should have sold enough copies on its own, but this just really reminds me of another game, maybe not in the same sense but really similar, and that's the Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 fiasco that happened a few years. It really just has that same kind of feeling, if you know what I mean. Also excited fan just waiting for this kind of game to show up. Game shows up and it's not as fun as it was supposed to be. I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff that I guess you can look at this one and say, well, you can look at Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man on the PS4, and then look at this game and I'm like, what happened? What went wrong? Anyway, that is pretty much in this video here. This is just a video discussion talking about Marvel's Avengers, and let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this game? Did you play it? Did you not? Again, if you're new, please consider liking and subscribing. I really want to do some other kind of videos talking about other subjects, so it'll be really amazing if I can get you support in all this. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a wonderful day. See you guys next time.